Day 43 in the ghost house. Got a little package, got a little thing. I'm on a mission today. Oh, I can really see that. You can actually see it spawn in. I was looking at it the exact moment. You can see it actually just go and exist all of a sudden. Amateur lockpicking kit. There we go. Alright, I want to test my idea about the day-night cycle, which is awkward. So I'm just gonna come out here and we're gonna politely wait for the sun to go down. I'm gonna go draw a cartoon wolf and eat some ice cream. And when I come back, it'll hopefully not be so bright outside. And then I'll just do a normal run where I try to draw the music room, and we'll see if that's what they mean by late for drawing the major key, and that major key hopefully being a sanctum key. No elegant way to do this besides just doing a jump cut at the beginning of each episode where I give it a shot, where I just let the game run for a while. Because I don't know when I'll draw the music room in a given run, so I just need to... The best way to do it is just have the whole run happen when it's already late. Then I don't have to worry about whether or not enough time has passed by the time it happens. Don't know how much of that time is enough, but I assume that the sun goes down at some point, and then it becomes dark. And then I probably have infinite time? I don't know. Is there a hard time limit on how long you can play each day? I actually don't know how this game handles days. Technically, we technically have this 24-hour clock, so like technically it would become the morning at some point and the sun would come back up, but the game has a day system where it's counting the days. I don't know if there's eventually a point where it cuts you off and makes you fail for the day, which would suck. But I kind of think the game might just like, maybe it just becomes dark at some point, and then the game kind of stops thinking about what time of day it is all that much at that point, and just lets you keep going, and then lets you reset the day manually, no matter what. That seems ideal, and then maybe you just have to hand wave away the fact that the clock doesn't make sense at some point if you're paying too much attention to it. But yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go. But ice cream is calling me. Ah, that clock moves so slow. Okay, it's pretty dark, or something. It's like almost 8 p.m. It's like almost gonna be dark. I do think it only moves like 1 hour per like 5 minutes or something. It's very slow. Alright, let's hope I draw the tomb today. Thankfully not dependent on the day-night stuff, but I'd like to also work on that goal. Let me... Tomb! Alright. So, I have two different ways of getting a torch. Hopefully I can find either of those ways. We have edited the workshop to be more common, because it's thankfully a gear room, so I got to change a lot of rarities that day. One of our goals is to workshop into getting the torch, so I can open that thingy-uppy. I'm going to try to spawn the music room to see if it affects the day-night thing of it being late now. Mechanarium, I guess. So spawn any gear rooms I see, because they might affect that situation. And I also want to spawn... Oh, the workshop's immediately here. Look. Alright. That's a good sign for it being common now. A little awkward to spawn it this early in the level, but fuck it. Just have that thing established. Okay. All I have is a battery pack and a lockpick. Closet for 2 more items? Maybe. Not an amazing use of it, but good to get out of the way, maybe. It's a decent place for a dead end, except for the part where I didn't get to turn left, so this is all a dead end now. This door I was hopefully gonna branch a bit to let me also turn right. Ooh, awkward. The courtyard will let me turn right, but it also won't let me go up, so now I'm not really getting to go in the other direction. Alright, metal detector, but no shovel or sledgehammer. There's the 2 bonus gems, though. Okay, dokie. Oh. Everything's gonna be a dead end no matter what. Brutal. Okay. I guess I'll do the utility closet, because then that's another gear room out of the way. To increase my chances. Gymnasium off, garage on, security off. That's a helpful thing to get. Okay. It is interesting to be spawning these rooms so early. Hopefully I spawn a right turn to get back on. Okay, there's security. Another gear room. Okay, I've successfully made these relatively common things I can have. That's wild. It's wild drawing them all immediately. I guess that's really what it means when you make things common. Forgot. I actually clicked on this one before I clicked on the security stuff, but it's fine. We'll just do the security afterwards. And I can make security high because I immediately had the breaker. So it's not a bad, not terrible, as long as I plan around maybe the new balancing, which is kind of hard to plan around, but just like the room's gonna work a little. Okay. Back to main menu. Log in, research logs. Get nothing new. One of the things that it said is that we have new experiment packets, I think it said. Maybe there's new things listed here. A letter is delivered to the mail room. You will gain 1 key for 2 hallways. Permanently add 1 to your gold to your allowance. When you draft a red room... For each bedroom you draft after your second. Trash while digging. I usually don't need that much. Is there any more letters to deliver to the mailroom, or are we done? Let's do trash and letter. And I'll just be more sure if it's done yet or not. If I'm making a mistake, then oh well. We'll know for sure maybe whether or not it's maxed out. Keycard system. Security level high, because I already disabled it. Hooray. Offline. Guess I'm not done with being online. Data transfers. Yeah, sync a data packet transfers online. Oh. Advanced experiments. A collection of lab experiments designed for experienced technicians. Press E to download data packet. Okay. So I didn't actually activate this yet. Eight new things in both categories. Okay. Ooh, geez. So the things you can do is lower the reservoir bar 1. Oh. What does it lower by? Where's the water go? Does it go somewhere else? Or does it just delete from the system? Stock your pantry with fruit. Unseal one of the antechamber doors. What? Permanently increase your lockpicking skill? Permanently? Just the lockpick thing has a higher RNG chance, I guess. Gain 1 random item, then set your keys to 0. Oh. Remove a crate from the tunnel. Oh. Oh. Gain 1 key for each 40 steps you have. Lose half your steps, then gain 4 ivory dice. That's risky, Jesus. Remove a crate from the tunnel is a big deal. The tunnel full of crates that I lit 2 torches in? Let's see. The triggers are each time you draft an upgraded floor plan, each time you access a different terminal today, each time you enter first time you enter each room on rank 9. For each room you draft in the next 40 seconds. Oh god. For each room with a fireplace you draft. Each time you view your map, lose 10 steps. Each time you pull a different antechamber lever. Each time you draft a tomorrow room. A different antechamber lever. It's helpful knowing that there's 8 then. You can use that. Tomorrow room. If you're on a good run, you might be able to pull 8 antechamber levers. Okay, good to know. Electronic mail. These are all here before. Data transfers. That's it for now. I thought they said outside communication. I thought they said that I would get outside communication. Let's go this way and try to turn right, or any direction really. Most of them, but especially right. A little awkward. To the observatory. The gem one. A pair of chests out of the entrance hall. A slice. Isn't that the skull that makes you more likely to draw dead ends? Do I want dead ends? I want the mechanarium, and I want a bunch of mechanical rooms. The armory. I don't think I want them to be common. It only just occurred to me last night that I was like, hang on a minute. Can I just not click on these? To not activate this constellation and then not get the effect? Yeah, more dead ends. I don't want more dead ends. I think if you just don't click on it, it might not affect, because the other things seem to apply immediately. So I really need to be more thoughtful about this process, because them giving you several... I kind of was just clicking through like I'm opening my loot box or whatever, like it's not really a choice or whatever, but I'm realizing that it's like, oh, I can consciously choose what I do and don't open. Which means that when they give me more... There it is. When they give me more constellations to click on, they're kind of giving me more flexibility, because instead of having one big effect, I'm getting several effects that I can toggle on and off individual, well, choose to toggle on or not. Commissary is alright. I can get a little dead end down there, and I don't necessarily need the number of directions to go up right now. Little bit of bonus money. Shovel. Magnifying glass. Alright, I can already make the torch. Set of gems, sure, because I don't currently have all those leftovers from last time anymore. Usually worth it to buy all these gems, honestly. Not a lot of uses for the money. And I still have enough left over to buy the shield if I encounter it, which I would like to have. Let's do a storeroom. Another dig spot. The fact that they're in here would make you think I had a shovel. Wait, I have a shovel. But also I said that weird. The number of them here would make you think that I had done the root cellar? Is that what it's called? The one that makes the dig spots spawn. What's my experiment again? Yeah, find trash, new mail in the room. I got distracted because I read so many other versions. So I did that in a weird order. If I'd done it in the other order, I could have gained access to all new options, which would have been exciting. Somewhat awkward draws. Let's do the corridor. I do want to go back and fill in the other path too. But it would be nice if I could get... Hello. Each time you dig in a room, unlock all the doors in that room. Alright. Let's activate my new room. Are there any puppies? Puppy! Slightly terrifying eyes. Like, but... There's basically never been a normal looking dog in any video game. They always look really strange. Look at him. Cat. C-A-T. Wow. Then a bunch of leashes. Oh. Digging in the puppy poop. Alright. Bork, bork, bork. Hey. You can pet the dog. There's a pet the dog button. You can add it to that Twitter account about petting dogs. There's like a whole discourse about that and a backlash, and I don't remember the context. Not like I don't think it was like a real backlash. It was just like, God, that's awkward. I guess the vestibule, but I don't really want to walk in that room right now. It says that 3 of the doors will be unlocked and 1 of them will be locked. So I should be able to be fine, right? I guess that's the locked one. But I lockpicked it. I take it that that means that it's only unlocked for the moment, and it's going to be locked the next time I come in or something. I spent all that time waiting for the sun to set, so I wasn't psyched about triggering the vestibule and maybe risking bad news about how it works. The study is okay. More items in green rooms. I am trying to generate more items. I do already have the workshop, so I can already make the torch, so I'm good there. Maybe I don't spend the gems here. What am I trying to draw? I don't need a super sledge right now. I immediately have the shovel and magnifying glass, so I can already do the torch stuff. What are my notes? My notes say tomb candles, mechanarium, music room, new experiments, communication no longer blocked. Then admin key, and then the weird castle clue that I don't know what to make of yet. So the tomb candles I'm already set on because I have a workshop and the magnifying glass and the metal detector. It all came up so quickly and nonchalantly that it's shocking with how much it used to bother me. Drawing the workshop in my first room is insane. So if anything, the study might be valuable. The study's probably valuable just to get the ability to spend gems to re-roll, which isn't the most efficient system ever, but if I have a particular goal at a particular time... Did the metal detector get set off by the gem? I thought the gems didn't set them off. If I'm trying to spawn the mechanarium in a specific location, it would probably be handy to... Oh, hello. It'd be handy to have access to the ability to re-roll in that specific time. Otherwise, I'll mostly try not to use it because I don't want to eat into my gem collection. But it does mean I also get to re-roll if a really bad draw happens. Yeah. I'm always a little hesitant to spawn this room because I don't really want to lose gems, obviously. But it is obviously very powerful just to be able to get out of a bind by being like, re-roll, and getting saved from a terrible draw. Might as well do the den instead of the east wing hallway. They'll give me another gem. I don't have a sledgehammer yet, so I can't open any of these boxes if they spawn. Not one this time, though. One of my goals was to draw more doors attaching to the vestibule just so I can be sure I don't get stuck. The pantry connects, the den gives me more connected rooms around here, but in a really messy way. Servant's quarters useless. I could do with the layout opening up, but it means not attaching to the vestibule the way I wanted to. A lot of gems, though. Secret passage. At what cost? Spawn a hallway, a green room, a red room, a purple room, yellow room. It could spawn the armory? Is there like... What the fuck? I was looking for like if they had loot back here. What's that? D-O-O-R? That's interesting. Let's open a new page for these weird bits because I don't have any more. D-O-O-R. Obviously it spells the word door at first glance, but it's like spread out weird. I think I want to put this on the same page as the weird 6 or 0 thing. That was SIX on one line, the next line had had OR, and then the last one had O or 0. I say 6 or 0 because that sounds reasonable as a sentence, but who knows? So we have weird shaped text, and I'm just kind of ambiently spreading it across a page because I don't have a format to put it in yet. Or an interpretation to put it in. Now that's another thing to be paranoid about, okay. Something's up with doors. Not an amazing showing. I don't know if I redraw, if that has to give me other options of yellow. Rude. Dude. Okay, I can't keep spending them all. At least the Mount Holly gift shop gives me some directionality to it. That's what I was tempted to do first. I'm sad I've spent gems now. Ugh. It's fine. You still just have Swimbird, I believe? Yeah. That was an awkward layout we had. My lockpicks have been working a lot so far, but not this time. Closed exhibit. That could give me access to the crown, but also I already have the ability to open the doors, so good layout. I have a north door, so I could put a dead end here if I spawn the garage. There it is. It's weirdly reliable. I think the garage is almost guaranteed to spawn in a given run, right around these doors. And isn't the garage weirdly isn't a mechanical room, which I frankly take issue with. There's not enough mechanical rooms in the game to even fill out the Mechanarium's doors, so they might as well count the garage. But it's probably based on having a specific function, but I don't know. Figure most Okay, the crown is not there, so I'm not going to be able to steal the crown. It didn't get returned by me losing it? Or did I store it back in the code check? Did I forget that it's in the code check? It wouldn't be the first time, I guess, that something like that happens. The wine cellar's a good source of gems, but I would rather have this level be connected more. I want to connect the parlor down to the vestibule, but ideally down to the hallway. Because I don't want to have the vestibule be the only connection between the top and bottom halves of the entire castle. Like, that would be really a terrible, snaky layout. I also want to head back south and open other stuff up around there, but I just wish I had the sledgehammer so I could open the 2 chests that are down there. The gems are in the black box. Every statement with the word black is false. The gems are in the blue box. Well, you're false then, which means that this can't be true because you said it. The gems are in the black box, the gems are in the blue box. So maybe the gems are in the black box, because it says they're in the black box and you say that that's false, but you say every statement with the word black is false, and that means you're false. So... That means it's true? I don't know. They're getting very self-referential and silly. There we go, there we go. The Hall of Mirrors would... It would already open, giving me access to it via the hallway. The Hall of Mirrors would let me spawn even more mechanical rooms, which are common, so they should be spawning lots of them. So yeah, I've already made them common. It would be hard to connect the outside rooms, so this is a bit of a bad layout. Oh wait, no, this doesn't work. I was thinking I was spawning it down here. I wouldn't be able to open it from behind the kennel, so I won't be able to access the other functionality of adding new things to my deck. Let's spawn the reading nook for a key. No. Please let me connect. I didn't. Damn it, man. Dude. Just give me a straightaway. Green spare room, okay. That was not a great idea, actually. Because now I don't have anything connecting to this entire side of the castle. Okay, that's a lot of dead space I just may have made. I just wanted to be able to connect across here to not have to go through the vestibule every time, but... Now the entrance hall has to snake all the way around there to get anywhere? Which probably won't happen. I guess I'll go solve that now and find out how poorly that might have gone. Alright, security. Let's draw a right door, maybe? Immediately not that. Immediately dead ends. Oof. The dark room. Utility closet's right there. So I can activate you, go back here, into utility closet that's actually very nearby. Open this. Hey, more steps. Dark room on. Much better. Respond to horror buns over something. Alright, to do the pantry turns, that's a good start. I'm kind of just seeing if I can have any luck filling in this chunk of disaster house I've made that I just went a little too hasty on some things. Wow, I have a lot of keys right now. Drawing room would not be amazing here, but sure. Zero, 4, 1, 5. Conference room is also a straightaway. Attic's a bit more tempting, obviously, but one more room and I can reclaim most of this castle that I've ruined my life on. Another key. So a couple of these rooms have awkwardly used up a door in a way I'm trying to avoid, which sucks. West Wing hallway, okay. I successfully reclaimed the space so that it's not a whole bunch of blank. Here's hoping I can draw some good dead ends, including the attic, maybe. Planetarium's kind of trash. I don't need a kitchen so bad right now. Office costs me a gem, but then gives me a gem back, and then I spread the cash. I guess. I just spawned the spread room right behind me, so if there's any time to do this, this is now. But office is not a gear room. Sometimes I think it is, because just because it's another computer room, I guess. So, it doesn't affect other things necessarily. Oh, new messages. Okay, here they are. On November 23rd and December 7th? I wonder if they're scheduled for specific days. Alright, so this is from the Mick, like, yeah, the beneficiary people. Dear Simon P. Jones, we, the undersigned, would like to inform you, as the contingent heir of Mount Holly, that while you are exploring the estate, the staff have been placed on indefinite paid leave. You have the full right and privilege to spend as much time on the estate as you deem fit without the interruption and supervision of the staff. It is entirely at your discretion to decide when and if the staff are able to return to their duties. McGuire, McKinley, and McDougall. They're referring to me having the rights now. Okay, so I need to spawn the lab still, both because I think it's a gear room, so it affects my gear goal, but also it might have its own emails now, and Babbage communication. Simon, just to let you know, a few of us on the staff have a habit of using the staff announcements board that is located on the network under staff services. You may notice new announcements from time to time. This is convenient as most of the staff who are interested have access to public terminal and Synca, while very few, like Randolph and myself, have electronic mail capabilities, and Babbage. The staff announcements menu might have new messages from people. Staff services, announcements. Yeah, I don't think anyone has access this month except for Simon. If you're reading this, we're all reading for you. November 7th, 8th. Hey Simon, how was your first day on the estate? Hopefully you're not having too much trouble drafting rooms, as it can be a bit overwhelming. I'm normally in charge of drafting the rooms for each day each morning, so I know how it goes. And Babbage. So Anne is normally the one that does it, huh? Yeah. November 9th. Just to let everyone know, the estate has been cut off from outside communications, Sinclair's instructions, so I don't think Simon's going to be seeing anything posted here for the time being. More. November 10th. Now you tell me, and I'm guessing that means the electronic mail accounts are disabled as well. November 11th. Yes, he should only be able to access data currently on the system, so if he does figure out the network password, he should be able to read any emails that were on the system on November 6th, as that is when satellite communications were shut down. More. November 22nd. I'm getting anxious. Does anyone have any updates on Simon's progress? Kimberly Thompson. November 23rd. No real word on his progress yet, but it's very hard to say without access to the network from here. I'm monitoring a few things from the offices in Synca, but it doesn't really paint a picture of what's happening over there. Your guess is as good as mine. More. December 6th. It's been a month now. Does anyone know when we are expected to return to work? I don't have much information at this time about what's happening on the estate, but my sister's planning a trip in a week. It'd be nice to know if this indefinite leave has any expected end date. Thanks, Bridget. I'm sorry, Bridget, but I'm gonna keep playing the video game. December 7th. Hey, Bridget. Thanks for checking in. It's a bit complicated, but the short answer is no, we don't really know when we will be going back to work. So by all means, take that trip and have fun. These indefinite furloughs only happen once in a career. And Babbage. Oh. Or at least Babbage interpreted it differently. I thought the sister was visiting and they wanted to know if they could, like, I guess my brain auto-filled the idea of, like, them showing them, like showing them around work. Like, here's the place. Yeah, this is where I work. Crazy, huh? Look at the drafting. But they meant, like, leaving on a trip. December 9th. Yes, and I'd like to add that even if Simon has found room 46, he will very likely want some additional time alone on the estate to adjust before he summons us back to resume work. If I were placing bets, I would say it's going to at least be another month, maybe longer, more. Oh, did they not know? Are they not in on the sheer amount of stuff that there is to unpack here? Because room 46 is like barely at the beginning, honestly. December 19th. Land sakes alive, I'll be blowed. I have absolutely no idea how he's done it, but it appears Simon has somehow re-established satellite connection from the estate. Assuming this isn't a glitch. Either way, now that we have a connection again, I'll be able to check network activity logs and find out what happened. Okay, well they know I have connection now, which is today, I guess. I guess today is December 19th, so I'm really far into the system at this point. Yeah, punching in and out is disabled. Special orders. Always the sledgehammer, honestly. I think this just affects what's at the commissary. But maybe if you spam that constantly, you can control what shows up. Okay, so there's a whole backlog of messages in the staff announcements, but some people have also been able to send me emails. And so we want to check the lab to see if any new ones have shown up there. Not amazing dead ends. Storeroom, bedroom, guest room. I might as well draw the storeroom so it stops constantly getting drawn as a dead end, trying to ruin my life when I'm trying to accomplish other things. Having two storerooms obviously has a value, but it's a bit chaotic when it's being constantly like, draw me, please, put another storeroom here. And I'm like, I'm trying to make a hallway. Hope there's some more money for me. Why not? What are you chiming? Oh, that was more. That was technically more than one stack. Let's see, workshop closet. I do think the workshop had a dig spot. See, I can't open these. I could use keys, but I'd be afraid of that going poorly for me. Did I imagine the workshop having a dig spot? So I can do metal detector magnifying glass. And maybe I should. It's a bit awkward, but I'm already at the front door. So I might as well go out and use it. E. Because it would, with my not amazing layout, it would suck if I got stuck and couldn't make it back. I don't have a massive amount of steps left. And going all the way back to where I left off will cost like half of them probably. So I'd really want to just like be committed to being in there at that point. So let's go on down into here. There's some torches right there. Hello. Upgrade disc! And 4 dice, jeez. Maybe I will draw the mechanarium this run. I'm waiting for the reveal to be me after get all this confusion trying to find this 8th room. Watch me like draw the drawing or drafting room or whatever, and then the 8th room is just one of the options to add to your deck, and I'm like, it hasn't been in the deck the whole time. No. Here I was trying to figure out what they meant. It is kind of mean to use the number 8 this much. Having a motif like that in a different game is one thing, but having it in a game where you're trying to solve what's going on and figure out what your to-do list is and so on is a bit meaner. Here's some more. Hello. Oh. That's the grave. Oh. What? Oriel da Giris Mora. Okay. Forget Uldian Inn. The word forget is just mixed in. So I think that might be a code. Foreign language or code in mother's grave. Just saving that as an identifiable way. Purple? Oh, purple's the rotator one. There we go. Nope. So it basically just goes down a bit. Oh. Lady Epson's diary key. Okay. Add that to the list. I don't know if torches stay lit. I haven't revisited. Yeah, no. Okay, the piggy bank has stayed open. Yeah. So this isn't my mother's grave, right? It's my grandmother's grave. So my mother disappeared in another country. Yeah, this is the wife of the lord of the land of the house. That's why, yeah, yes, because that's why she has her separate room here. Wonder why hers is specifically kind of hidden away. But now we have her diary key, which is a bit intrusive, but you know. So we know that we can only spawn the diary key by going south, so I might be able to spawn it right here. If I can spawn her room right here, I can open it with the diary key. Otherwise, I'll potentially want to save it in the thing, but honestly, it's if it stays open torch-wise, then all I have to do is successfully draw the tomb again, which isn't the most common thing, but is mostly reasonable. Do I want to go down there? I already activated that one spiral staircase, which is just a shortcut back out to out front again. We've already been there. So the main takeaway was this, so let's get rid of the tomb candles note on my thing. So I think we can head back. Machinarium, music room, new experiments. I can take that off the list. We know what that is. Communication no longer blocked. We know what that is. Lab emails. Is a to-do list thing. Also, does this always come back? Where was it? Oh wait, yeah, it was a microchip. We don't care about those anymore. I've already put those there. Okay, so down there is the tunnel full of boxes. Apparently I can open those up. It's a little tempting to open these. Because I do have a lockpick, and I've had good luck with keys so far. More dice. Might actually be able to spawn what I want. So that's closed off. The vestibule's not closed off. We can still try to check out that room. So that should be good. Alright, let's see what other goals I can accomplish today. It wouldn't hurt to draw... Head up here. Have I dug these? I dug these. It wouldn't hurt to draw the armory still, because the armory lets me... Right, that's part of the reason why there might be more open dig spots. The kennel makes it so that if I dig, the doors unlock. The armory! In an awkward little dead end, no matter what, so it might as well just be that. Yeah. We've had, like, no red rooms, and they've been very easy red rooms. A closed exhibit I preemptively solved, and a dark room I preemptively put a utility closet across from. So there's a decent chance I'm gonna draw some red rooms here. And the axe. I don't know what else I'd spend money on this run. We're done with books, and I cleared out the commissary kitchen, but that's not very expensive. This only cost me half my money. Meanwhile, the showroom is uncommonly played, and even when I do have it, it's not especially likely to go well. This will let me break open trunks if I find any more. I think I haven't found any, though, besides the one that's up front I just unlocked, unfortunately. Upgrade disc. Forgot to spend that. But I could still spawn the... I'm not very close to anything right now, but I could still spawn the lab. The axe. So we want to get rid of the cost of a room. There's the vault. Where's the attic? I already did this one, right? Yeah, this one was expensive. And the vault is expensive. Currently still rare, but comes up fairly often. It'd be nice to not spend a bunch on it, because then it's just 40 coins. Because the 40 coins are becoming increasingly irrelevant, but it'd be nice to be able to just pick them up. But without having to necessarily work for them and spend. So this should be the way forward. If I go one room deeper, I'll get steps. So that'll be good for me. It's funny that I got this close without actually triggering it. Locksmith doesn't hurt. And these two open the layout up. I'm not going to use the shield on the chapel, though. Do I redraw hoping for mechanical rooms? How many gears? 1, 2, 3. That's it? Yeah, we had a strong start, but then we stopped drawing anymore. I'll cave for the chapel just to maximize our spread, because then I can focus on re-rolling these remaining rooms, knowing we'll get them. Alright, let's get these steps real quick. No boiler room. I don't think I even have value for the walk-in closet right now. I functionally have a sledgehammer. Not looking for any specific rooms besides gear rooms. Oh, and we want the music room. I need to make sure we don't fail to draw that. Ooh, the mail room. That's worth considering because I was just trying to generate more. So are there more mail? So I remember this one. Oh no! Oh, it's just nuance, who cares? Okay, it's just the nuance stamp again. Simon, following up on the map I created outlining the steam power duct system, I thought it would be helpful to provide you with a corresponding map for gas power, which is an outdated system that currently is only utilized outside the house and locations on the grounds. Hope this helps, Randolph. The apple orchard, the hovel, the schoolhouse, and the gemstone cavern. That's the 4 things for the elevator. That was such an early secret. These are comically out of date. But it looks like that's the whole area for the letters is full now, I guess. I think I've dug up more than one piece of trash, and there's only one new message, so I think I must have finished the system finally. And the last one didn't really tell us anything. We already knew about the oil system that activates the elevator, and we already have seen the nuance stamp. So not much new going on there. Any secrets? Even if I think that the metal detector spawns secret ones, there's still the ambiguity here of being like, well, I had a metal detector, but it's gone now. Does it affect the whole run? But this room spawned after I didn't have it anymore, so I don't know how the game logics that part. Do I even want a locksmith key? Not really. I want the mechanarium and the gallery. Lab is one of the ones. Okay, that's a gear. I don't know what my chances are, honestly. I'm trying to get the mechanarium and the broken lever. I might never need you again, but thanks. Oops, yeah, that's the upgrade. I can't leave until I hit enter, I think. An upgrade to the parlor. Okay. So one of them is just a straightforward increase your gems by 1. So get 1 more gem as the prize. It's get 3 instead of 2. One of them is you get 2 wind-up keys, which is what I laughed about. Just an easy mode, like if you're struggling with the puzzle, here's a second wind-up key, so you have a more than 50% chance of getting it right, even if you're guessing. Funeral parlor. The gem prize is equal to the red rooms in your house. If you open an empty box in the funeral parlor, lose 30 steps. Woof. My issue is that when I play the parlor, I don't know if I frequently have more than 3 gems. So just the straightforward 3 gem prize is just the biggest upgrade here. I have too high of a success rate to make 2 wind-up keys worth it, and I feel like making it equal to the number of red rooms in my house means I'm gonna have an increased problem with only being able to get 1 gem even. Although, you can probably place the room, then leave, then place more red rooms, then come back, and then solve it. But it's a lot of hoops for only a handful of gems, and I really don't want to deal with the added stress. Because right now, I'm just like, I hope this is right, 2 gems, woo. But I'm a little flippant with my guesses sometimes. I'm like, that seems right, and then I just go on with it. I don't want to deal with the stakes of losing 30 steps, honestly. It's one thing to make it equal to the number of red rooms you have, but that is itself both a negative and a positive, depending on how it plays out. But then having it give you 30 steps lost is just like, ugh, awful. The music room, okay. I was hoping to spawn this. What is it gonna be? It's the secret garden. Okay, I have no fucking clue what this clue is. So it must mean something else when it says major and drafted late. Because I still didn't get it. So it's not referring to the music room? What else is called major? There's a few cryptic references to major. Is there time in this room? There's a few cryptic references to major in that one in a new clue. But I don't know what to make of those ones either. Alright, so we gotta go back around to the gift shop. Everything else is just dead ends at this point. I can spawn the secret garden, but that doesn't help me this run. Because that just increases... That's just a guaranteed green room. But I'm specifically trying to... I'm specifically trying to spawn mechanical rooms, if I can. These are bad layouts. Break room's not great here. Passage is acceptable, just to like actually let me access the remainder of the level. Now I have 5 rooms to try to spawn whatever makes the most sense. And hope for the best here. This one's in the middle of the castle. I don't know if the location of the room affects what rooms spawn. I've been wondering how the game handles it when you spawn it at the boundary of the map, where you can't possibly spawn certain types of rooms, presumably. This would... Wow, I have no bedroom, so this would generate 1 key. And I'm actually doing... I have 5 keys, I'm good. Planetarium, aquarium... Oh, the knight's shield. I almost clicked on it because it moved them. It would shield me against the negative effect of the aquarium. Oh no. What the fuck? What are you doing? What do you mean you drove the laundry room twice? What do you mean? You're pissing me off, man. Okay. I don't want to spend the resources on the master bedroom, but I keep not drawing what I want here, and I don't want to spend all my gems, so let's just spawn the bedroom. Might give me something. It gave me nothing. Okay. That RNG is brutal. What do you mean you drew 2 separate of that room? That's not even a room I have more than 1 of. Chrono would connect things, but I don't want to spend 5 gems on it. It might spawn a... Oh god. We're only spawning high cost rooms right now. Is there anything remaining that goes left and right? Oof. Okay, the aquarium is kind of okay. I at least need the left and right turn at the same time. Okay, a gem, good. I'm not doing great things to my gem supply right now. Oh, that dig means that I just it just unlocked the doors. Okay, no. You have to give it to me. Oh, I want the drafting studio too, damn it. Draw Her Majesty's thing. Dude. Oh, this sucks. It's not gonna give it to me. I'll draw the break room so that tomorrow I can have a key. Also might give me another gem or something. I'm running out of gems. It didn't draw her bedroom, so I can't use the key. That sucks. I'm on the left side of the map going down. That's supposed to work. 6. Let's see, 6, 11, 3, 9, 20. 20 minus 18 is 2, times 3 is 6. They rearrange the colors again. Alright, do I remember? So that's times, right? 2 times 15 is 30. Divided by 3 is 10. Minus 9 is 21. No, wait. 2 times 15 is 30. Divided by 3 is 10. Minus 9 is 1. I did 30 minus 1 by accident. Or 30 minus 9. Oh, another blue one. That's weird. Or green one. Blue, green. Mostly green. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Plus 10 is 13. Minus 12 is 1. How did I do on gear rooms? Not amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I spawned the mechanarium, it'll be my 5th gear room, which is not amazing, but the doors might do something funny with the fact that they're already blocked off here. I don't know. I think I'll draw the conservatory just to make some kind of permanent progress, because things are kind of shot right now. And at least this lets... yeah, it gave me a replacement gem. But this room also lets me edit the rates of things again. We want to do this as often as possible, so I can get a better chance of the stuff. Hell, it's rare. It's got pretty good effects. Yeah, it makes two good things happen in 2 other rooms. Let's make it standard, because it already has the unique effect of having to be drawn while on the left side of this page going down, so I don't want it to be rare. Laboratory already made standard. Mount Holly gift shop is rare? That's surprising. Let's make it standard, just because it's a good hallway. It's labeled as a shop, but it's kind of a hallway for me. It's free and it's a 3-way connection. So it's just good for my building. Good for building, bad as a store. Both because I already permanently bought most of its contents and doesn't mostly do stuff. Okay. Don't want any of these. Especially since I'm going to rest in the break room. That's obviously better than the rest of the planetarium. 1 redraw. The attic. Bit late for that, but yep. Alright, 1 last redraw. Can't afford anything in the shul room. Bunk room's pointless, so I guess I'll just draw the freezer, and $17 will make it over to the next run. Just for fun. Ooh. I have burning glass. Can I melt some of these things? Ooh. The key. Ooh! This was a good thing to draw right now, wasn't it? I didn't really fully think this through. Okay, this gem is useless, right? Yeah, you just don't get it. What's the point of spawning that gem? Like, what? Does this stuff stay melted for next run, maybe? Am I making this room stronger? Although no. Because when I open this room, I still won't be able to pick up the gem. I don't understand this room. It doesn't make sense to me. The prism key. Anything else in there? Thaw only in the event of my death. Oh, I can't inspect it. No, what does it say? I had to burn this with the thing that cost my magnifying glass, so I can't look at things up close. Simon, I had wished for you to read this letter upon first arriving at Mount Holly, but I couldn't risk the contents of these pages falling into unsympathetic hands. My personal freezer should provide quite the safe box, as all of the staff have for many years respected my wishes that it remain shut and untampered. My favorite snacks were also stored here. But in addition to these delicious treats, it has also, for the last 20 years, stored many a cryptic message and ciphered note. This nondescript cooler is, in fact, a dubious frozen post box of chilled secrets. Have you heard of the Children of Black Water? I have no idea how forthcoming your father has been about the details surrounding your mother's final chapter, or the role he thinks I played in that end. I have always denied involvement. To him, to the detectives, to the Crown, and now to you as well. But can I honestly say that I had nothing to do with her disappearance? And yes, I speak of disappearance, not death, for I too cling to the hope that our fears are unfounded, and have occasionally, from time to time, caught fragments of information that bolster this belief. Fragments of information that have cost me plenty, for our country is never short of opportunists and blackmailers. Still, as I am now dead, I don't want this knowledge to be buried with me, even if that means passing the burden of these fragments onto you, even if that information may weigh even heavier on your head than the Crown involved. Unfortunately, this information is a little too precious to entrust entirely to this freezer, as I'm not too confident that the sanctity of my snacks will extend beyond my life. I've always found it best to use multiple baskets when it comes to incriminating eggs, a lesson that I recently learned again when a member of my staff betrayed my confidence. I have placed 8 red envelopes in 8 even more secure locations throughout the estate, and left a hidden message for you among the art that hangs in almost every room in this house. This message is the key to unlocking these secrets, but you must be open in your interpretation, as the message itself harbors multiple double meanings and hidden entendres. Hello. So this just explains that the paintings are the clue to the letters, but I already solved the paintings and found 7 out of 8 letters, so that is funny. One final word of guidance. The safe combinations you are seeking will not be found in writing on the estate, so I hope you haven't been wasting too much time jotting down random invoice numbers and dates. Only by deciphering the many meanings of the 44-character message can you hope to unlock its many mysteries. To each their own letters. Herbert S. Sinclair. Yep, there's the layout. It adds a comma. See, that's the... That does line up with how it all seemed to... Yeah. If we count small gates, comma, 8 dates crack 8 safes. Yep. That's not a very surprising comma at that point, but let me look at the stamp! Ah! There's a stamp I can't see. I need that for the long-term goal. I guess we'll find out next time whether or not this freaking stays thawed at all or not. Brutal. Another upgrade disc! The network servers are finally out of cold storage, or at least as many as we could fit into the surrounding walls of the grotto of the East Drive. The last few days have been very busy, but I'm glad I was able to take a short break from gardening to help Randolph install the network. It was, after all, the least he could do. Since it was I who suggested the final location, we decided that we were going to store the 2 unused servers here in Mount Holly's freezer. This should serve as readily accessible replacements should any of the primary consoles fail. Denny Revane. Admin key Revadi. That's the guy who betrayed them. He was, yeah, so he was all the way in on their entire security system. He was entrenched. He had access. And he betrayed that trust. Alright, hopefully I can get here again when I have a magnifying glass. So I won't totally trust it probably until I can get back here with both a torch and the freezer being a late draw, because I don't ever want to draw the freezer until I'm done for the day because of how it ends my ability to do things. But also I would have to have the torch already because I can't have the burning glass because that takes away my magnifying glass, which means I can't look at it again. What's the closest computer I can get to? Laboratory's all the way up here. Security is way down there. The office? Where's the office? I've been in the office. It's by the room that brings all the loot together. Conference room. Office. Shit. So those are pretty far away. Only these two are the connecting spots. The laboratory is probably the most reasonable one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll use most of my steps. So unfortunately, I think it's impossible to me to use the upgrade disc and have a security card tomorrow. I'm out of steps. But I will get to use the upgrade disc. And we do want to use it because I don't want to lose access to it, because I don't want to wait until I draw that room again. Especially if it turns out that I need to melt everything again to do it. That would suck. I don't think I'm going to have a way of getting steps. It happens. I forgot to check the lab emails, which was one of my goals, wasn't it? I think I looked at the other emails. Alright, the boudoir. +1 gem, +2 dice, +3 apples. That would be funny because some of the lab things are based on you eating apples, so if you knew you were going to draw 3 apples here, that's 3 triggers of that effect. I would leave them intentionally until I got to the lab so I could make sure I triggered the effect. But dice are just strong, obviously. I want the dice. I don't know how many more lab effects I even want to trigger in this playthrough, or if I'm like on the tail end of that. Whereas it just feels like a no-brainer to make sure I have the dice. Dice are really rare. And really useful. I think we're done with the mail room and I don't have to worry about triggering any more emails. Mail. Let's see. I can gaze outside over here. No, I can't. Fireplace. And one of those things said how many rooms you have fireplaces, and that means I need to be able to count those. It's now like 5 a.m. I don't know how it could be any more late as far as that one thing is talking about. It does never get that dark. You kind of just see that the gray, bluish sky has stars now. Oh well, we accomplished some things. I never drew a mechanarium, so that didn't work out, but we did confirm that the gear rooms are relatively common now, so at least we're making strides towards things. I got Lady Epson's diary key, but wasn't able to use the diary, but then was able to make specifically her room more common, which is an amazing coincidence. I just walked away from the lab again without reading the labs. I am so bad at remembering, because it's like a thing on the computer, and then I'm like, I just finished the computer. I'm like, no, the other thing on the computer, do another thing on the computer, no! I literally said read the emails, then walked away. I think I read the emails in the office, and then checked the security, and there weren't any, and I haven't checked yet if there are any in the lab, I think. I don't know, okay, I'll keep it on my to-do list. I'm so sorry. So we know how to get Lady Epson's diary key, but I didn't get to keep it. Don't know what's going on with the major sanctum key still. That's not a good sign. And I still haven't gotten to test my theory of whether or not the mechanarium is the 8th door, or if the 8th door is something else. Did not draw the gallery, so didn't get to experiment with the 8 key, and didn't draw the mechanarium, so didn't get to see how many doors would be open either. That's just gonna have to wait till next time.